Hey Geminis, this is Hal for HES Ultimage, and this is your Spirit Tarot forecast for the month of August. Hey guys, okay, this is what we're going to start with. We're going to start with reaping. Okay, cool. Give me 1 second, okay, because we've got a few sets here. Okay. Yeah, okay, got it. Sorry guys, I gotta get these in order. Okay, give me 1 second because they want me to see these cards in relation to this particular one. Okay, cool. All right. Okay, I'm gonna get started. Let me see. Start with that element. Okay. Okay, because they usually like to start with things that are gonna be a big theme. And here we go. Because it seems like air signs in August are gonna be challenged, pretty much across the board in different ways. But here's the thing. They want me to be bringing in right now. This was in reaping. It's harmony. And they're showing me these two forces, okay? The one is Nine of Swords. The other is the High Priest. These are two very different energies, and the idea is for you to be overcoming the lower energies. Okay, because I can see that there are going to be challenges, but you're going to have to move on beyond them. And here's kind of the key. Nine of Swords represents fears, inner shadows, inner demons, etc. that kind of haunt you in this case, because the guy's kind of in the bed and picturing all of these antagonistic figures. Okay. Then we've got the High Priest. And the High Priest represents being, crowned, being knighted. It's the energy of being given wisdom or given honor through your own nobility. And they're showing with the harmony card, it's about creating greater harmony in yourself by moving forward from any kinds of feelings of disappointment or blocks or anything else that's kind of, shaking up your world in August, okay? Okay, because here's the other stuff, we've got in the first set of reaping, because then we've got other sets here, okay, guys? We've got failure, and we've got the tower, okay? Failure would be showing feelings of aimlessness, feelings of loss or confusion, feeling, unable to know where to go next sometimes. And they're focusing on the actual tower that's burning in the background of tower and the lightning striking it. So the idea is something may be shaking up your world in August or maybe July into August, in which case you have to find ways of moving forward and persevering into new territory. And again, it has to do with the harmony card here, is what you move towards, okay? Because again, this is what they brought up again when they showed me the harmony card. The idea is things that you will project that create greater fear will need to be overcome, and you need to step into your greater sense of control, wisdom, comfort, etc. Because at the end of the day, these things are projections because, okay, the things that you're feeling in regards to your life being turned upside down or something big happening, or feelings of loss, aimlessness, or confusion are real, but the way that you see them is different. Like, the way that you see them are going to be inaccurate to what's actually being experienced. Okay, good. Yeah, and they're literally saying this card is about projections of your mind. Okay? So the idea is whatever you're going through, you might be seeing it in a different kind of lens that makes it far worse than it actually is. Okay. All right, next set. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay, here we go, because here's the, Three of Swords, which shows the energy of mourning, okay? The energy of, like, mourning a loss. Then we've got wealth, okay? Yeah. Yeah, so they're showing that it might be something monetary or fiscal, so it might have to literally be doing with money. Give me a second. Okay. And then we've got Archangel Michael. Yeah. Oh, because that's why they were showing me the Empress. It's the idea of feeling like you're in chaos when it comes to certain monetary challenges or challenges with your money or possessions or your or domestic things, you know, like with bills or things like that. We've got Archangel Michael here. Okay, and they're saying this is what they want to communicate too. They're saying that desires are going to be placed upon you, so you need to create harmony to overcome your fears. So when I see desires placed upon you, it might be desires that you have to change your financial picture or expectations of other people for you to be making more money or doing something different with money than you already are. So with Archangel Michael, it's the energy of, yeah, and then they're showing me the word of confidence, but the idea is protection as well, and I'll show you that Archangel Michael card. But it seems like the things that feelings of loss in particular, or confusion, or the world being shaken up do seem to be having to do with money in particular. Okay. All right. Okay, and now they're showing me next set is Four of Chalices, which represents the energy of um, pouring your energy into different avenues. In this case, I really think it has to do with, yeah, how you're going to make more money or change your Yeah, give me a second. Okay, cool. Right? Right. Okay, making sure. Sorry, because I had to just fact check that one because I wanted to make sure that it had to do with the money thing and not the harmony thing. But they're saying that, you know, when it comes to shifting how you're applying yourself, it has to do with the money thing. And with the Seven of Chalices, it focuses on the dragon guarding the scroll, but they're showing me it has to do with paper. In that case, it has to do with, in this case, quite literally, how you're making paper, basically how you're making money, okay? Okay, all right. There, and then there. Okay, cool. All right. Okay, so then we've got the Empress. Empress represents the chaos of nature. Okay. Chaos of nature. And again, it has to do with, because in this case, it seems like the chaos kind of this month might have to do with certain things about money. And it might not be as bad as my wording is making it sound, to be honest. Like, because it's just that there will be, you know, issues popping up about it, or like a sudden event that might challenge you to spend more or make more. And again, remember, it'll seem worse than it actually is, yeah. But, like, for an example, I had this one month where something came up with my car and I had to drop, like, a big chunk of change for, like, a new part. It's that kind of energy where it could just be, yeah, a little strike of energy that could cause you to get worried about money because of the fact that yeah, that you're encountering various obstacles or various situations, okay? All right. Next one is Princess of Wands, and they're focusing on the fire underneath the altar. Yeah. Yeah, okay. And they're showing that's the energy of pressure. So it's like, because again, I think the pressure is coming either externally or internally, because yeah, when they said about placing the desires, it really sounded like somebody else might be the one pressuring you about money this month, or somebody telling you something about money that makes you feel more pressured, in which case, this month you do have to be careful about how much pressure you place on yourself, because the harmony element is so important, and for you to be able to find some form of focus or comfort in what could be a little chaotic, or like, or you know, a temporary flux in your financial picture. All right, and then we've got peace. Okay, and again, that's tying in that idea to that pressure energy, that you need to find peace within the pressure that's created. And again, I think most of the pressure will be created by your own mind, but it's important for you to know that if you're projecting more than exists, that you see it and then you pull back and you go, okay, I'm making this far worse than it needs to be. Okay, cool. All right. Okay, now we're doing some mid-trumps. Okay. Okay, yep, okay. I'd better say this one first because I'm already getting it. We've got Queen of Swords and Mindfulness, okay? Queen of Swords, Mindfulness. Here we go. Queen of Swords is actually breaking the sword in half, and I think in this case, yeah, it has to do with habits or mentalities or actions that you could wind up taking that take power away from you because of the fact that you create greater fear. Yeah, because they were focusing a lot on this masked figure in the card in particular, and it's kind of that idea of like creating either creating an antagonist, creating a monster thing that kind of creates greater fear in you than is really necessary and takes away your power to improve your situation and to feel more at ease and more calm. Because here's the thing too, if you let yourself become too undone by stress and by the strain of things that might come up that cause you to need to spend more money or feeling like you're at a loss of what you're going to do about money, then you need to gain greater sense of focus and empowerment to move forward. Okay, good. Yeah, and that's where the mindfulness comes in, and also being mindful if you wind up taking away your own power because of the projections of fear, okay? Cool, okay. All right, yep, and there we go again. Yep. And this is tying straight into what I was describing. Same set in a straight. Here's the next one. There's the Devil, then there's Determination and Healing. Okay, so here's the Devil card, and in this one, it's so interesting, because again, in this set, Devil has to do with projections of fear, projections of terror, or stress, or strain. Because in the card, the Devil is represented by fire. Fire is ultimately an act of nature. It doesn't have a morality, okay? It's the same idea with all of this. Like, if you need to realize that, yeah, that everything that we go through is a lesson and a challenge. And here we go, determination and healing. So you're going to be able to rise above all of this. And part of it is for you to, again, not lose faith in your own ability to persevere. Yeah. And to find your own peace within, whatever small chaoses may be occurring. Because, again, the peace thing is a big deal this month. Okay. All right. Next mid-trump. Okay. Okay, and it's the world, and they're showing me it's like a domino effect. Yeah. Because they were focusing on how the man holds the woman and the woman holds the world. Or that globe, however you want to word it. It really is this idea that it's like a domino effect. So you need to make sure that you take care of yourself in that moment and not let it spiral out into, the greater projections that just permeate into other areas of your life. If you just address it as affecting one thing, then it'll only affect one thing, okay? Energy surrounding you. Okay. Give me a second. Okay, cool. All right, and they're saying that, okay, so energy surrounding you is the Fool paired with King of Swords, and they're showing with King of Swords the energy is the energy of severing. The Fool in this case represents any new things that you're encountering that might be causing you to feel, swallowed up in fear, indecision, again, the chaos energy. And again, the thing they really wanted to focus on with that is the peace card and that fear and projection card. You need to sever yourself from the fears and projections in order to find peace in this time and in this moment, okay? Okay, and they're literally saying there's beauty within the fear because of the fact that it's a challenge that can be overcome, and that you're not being tasked with a challenge especially with money this month. I have to push the money thing again. You're not being challenged arbitrarily. You're being given a challenge in order to learn the lesson and to move forward with it, okay? Okay, cool. Energy you're bringing. Okay, cool. Energy you're bringing is the sun paired with strength. Okay, and this is actually really, really good because it's showing you're going to be in the perfect place to face the challenge head on and have good ideas towards it. Hope people watched up to this point because it's kind of really important to give you. The sun has to do with, breathing life into a situation, new inspirations, new epiphanies towards how, in this case, how you can heal, how you can create greater peace, and all of that. In this version of strength, in this position, it shows the energy of the sun. In this case, for this card, it has to do with progressive progress. That's just, okay, that sounds really redundant. Progress that's made through a progressive cycle. So it's not that things that happen in a split second, it's things that have to be worked towards one step at a time, okay? Okay. All right, next one is reflection. Yep, here we go. Worry. Yep, and we've been talking about this a lot. Paired with, what? Death, okay? So this is really exactly what they've been communicating this entire time, okay? The idea is you might be stressed out, you might be worried about money in particular this month, or losses in relation to money, or other losses that happen very suddenly, in which case you need to move forward. You can't allow yourself to just stay in a state of stress, stress, irritations, fears. You can't allow yourself to continue to build your fears and to pour gasoline into the fire of your fears, basically, and your worries and your stresses, because it's only going to be affecting everything more and more. Remember the domino effect that we were mentioning? It's a really big deal. So again, you have to just learn how to take that moment, address whatever you need to address, and then find a way of moving forward and creating harmony or peace in that moment in order to help keep yourself afloat, okay? Okay. High trump sets. All right, here we go. Haha. Wow. Okay. Wow. All right, so we've got a lot, and they've been pushing these energies a lot to you guys, but you needed it, okay? All right, so we've got anxiety paired with virtue, okay? So this is the idea that your anxieties, fears, and stresses can be overcome this month with that higher learning, with that determination to, again, create peace or harmony, even through a single moment or vacuum. So that way, again, you don't allow this to build and snowball, okay? Again, it's the whole gasoline into the fire thing. You don't want to put gasoline and stoke the fire that much more. You want to just, or make it explode. You want to, just cut it off from where it is. Give me a second, because we've got more. We've got Prince of Wands, which shows the idea of balance. And it's interesting because, in this card specifically, he shows balance within a very challenging situation. He's only got the reed to stand on, in which case it's showing endurance, but it's also showing the idea of, okay, you might not have a lot of options, but if you don't, then you still have your options to keep yourself supported and afloat in the moment. And again, this is just for August, okay? And it might be, okay, because I don't want you to freak out and think that your life is going to end in August because of these symbols. Because again, it's like I was describing. If it's like that situation with the car thing, where it's like you just have to drop a chunk of change on a car part, it's still a strain in the moment, but it won't always be that way. So it might feel like in that month, you're standing on the reed, trying to keep everything together, and then next month, everything's going to be fine, All right, and then last two are And these are the high trumps. Fear paired with diversity. Okay? And it has to do with, like, in this case, fear showing me the challenges, and diversity is both the variety of challenges that we are tasked with at any given time. And yeah, with the virtue card, the higher wisdom of why we're going through them and discovering the different lessons and knowledge that we're meant to acquire. Okay, action is. Wow, okay. Give me a second. Okay, wow, they really did one for this. They said they took different words from these two cards and they said, is path through life. So the whole point is traverse this particular month understanding that it's only a small piece of your big picture and that these natural challenges are just a natural part of where we move forward. And again, they're showing me the death cards. The idea is, you know, you go through something, but you don't have to carry it forever, okay? So just like the monetary strains or sudden shocks to the system this month in August might take you by surprise or might make you very worried or anxious or fearful, know that at the end of the day, you can shed it as you move forward from the month, okay? And again, they said, like, this is, you know, the path through life. So it's not about trying to, like, you know, just think that's what it's always going to be, or that that's going to have to be what carries itself with you. For this month, it's like, okay, we have things that need to be addressed sometimes, but at the end of the day, we can get over it. And also, okay, because this is a really big thing, because they're bringing back the harmony and the peace, that you need to be able to still keep yourself afloat through it by finding ways to keep yourself calm and cool and collected. And again, the determination and healing within the challenges is really big too, because again, the projections are what would cause it to be a bigger deal than it actually is, and a bigger problem than it actually is. Okay? So the idea is, if you avoid projecting greater fear into the equation, then you will be able to make it through much more smoothly. Okay, guys? All right. Okay. All right. And they want for me to wrap it up with the peace one and with this 9 of Swords. So the biggest deal here, you know, your biggest kind of assignment or lesson at this point, you know, overall, is the fact that your mind can get a little out of control maybe because of your challenges, in which case don't let it be that way. Find a way of getting yourself grounded, finding peace. And again, part of that is also knowing that this will not last forever, okay? It's just the August forecast, but I have to tell you, yep, things as I see it, so that way you can be prepared for whatever's coming, all right? But that said, I hope you you know, really take the advice of the guidance here and really look for that sense of peace, you know, even if it's just, you know, a temporary escape to get yourself back to center, okay? The point is, don't get too wrapped up in fear or panic or pressure or anything like that, and you should be okay and make it through fine. All right, guys, that said, I do personal readings. If you want one, hit the link below. Hope you do, and I hope you power through this month nice and strong. I'll see you guys later.